Alright, so welcome to CraftLand. This video is going to be a quick tutorial on all of the getting started aspects of CraftLand. Should help all the new beginners. Anyway, so here's the spawn. As you can see, our message board is over here with some teleports, and this is what you're mainly going to be concerned with. This is our little board that'll tell you what to do. It says step 1, visit the main hub. Main hub is right here, as you can see, label here. Inside, it's a little cluttered, but we have a list of the admin, myself, afreakinpanda. Here's our hints board with a couple hints on some of the plugins we use. Over here we have the list of moderators, all these people you can contact if you have any trouble or anything else. Here's our contact email, as well as our website currently. And then on this board we have the rules. These can also be viewed by typing /rules, as shown here. To continue the rules list, obviously /rules2. If we go back to the spawn, over here it can say that it says that you need to read the rules, so I obviously went over that already. And then /info. This brings up our site as well as our email and our recommended texture pack. It also has color codes for those who want to use that in chat. Next step is, if you're still default and you haven't applied to become a member, go to sites.google.com/craftlandnoip, and here there will be a place to apply. After applying, you will become a member and granted the permission to build. Upon being granted the permission to build, you're going to want to go to one of the free building zones. You can either wander around and find your own, or we have a couple set up. One is the swamp and one is the desert. You can either right click these signs or type /warp and then desert or swamp. For a list of all warps, it's /warp list. And obviously you can see here it's got public, memorial, desert, PvP, etc. These are all our warp points. After building your house, you can use /obx, and this will set your blocks to be protected. This means that every block that you place will then be protected, and nobody will have the ability to destroy it other than yourself and moderators. Upon completing your house, use /set_home, which will then set your home to your current location, wherever that is. And then you can type /home, and this will return you to wherever your point is that you set as your home. And then finally, you're going to want to make a shop and make money and try to just contribute to the server in general. Basically, to create a shop, you set the first line blank, then you put an amount, price, and item name, and then you place a chest underneath of it, and then when you left click on the sign, people can buy whatever item you're selling, and right click is sell, and you're allowed to stock your own chests. Maybe create your own stores out in the free build zones. A quick overview of some of the commands. You type /help, and this will give you a list of all the commands. If you need help from an OP, that's the first one, and that's /help OP, and then you just send your message. Rules info, we've already gone over. Message of the day, views whatever it says when you log in, basically. List will show all the players currently on the server. AFK is away from keyboard, obviously. Time, you can view the time of the server. Money is to check your money. Warp list we've already gone over to. You can ignore players, message players, view the last time a player was in. So if one of your friends came in and you wanted to see when the last time they were in, so I'll give an example. One of the moderators, Magna331, if you type /scene, it will then log he's been offline since 3 days, 17 hours, 23 minutes, and 57 seconds. I guess he hasn't been doing his duties recently. TPA, this is your teleport to other players. So TPA, and then obviously whatever player you want to add, and then they have to accept their request to teleport to them. TPA here is the exact same, other than you teleport them to yourself rather than to them. Position, if you want, you can teleport to specific positions. You can find out a person's position if they want to type get position, and it'll tell you your X, Y, Z, yaw, pitch coordinates, which then you put into your TP position. TP accept is obviously accept or deny a teleport, depending on which one you do. /jails will view the list of jails in the server. There's only one currently. /suicide is if you get stuck somewhere and you don't want to warp to a specific point. I don't know why. Whatever. You want to get rid of your inventory. Just type /suicide, and it'll kill you. And it'll say that you died, and it says goodbye, cruel world. Upon death, if you are a member, you can type /back, and this will return you to the last point you were at before you died, which is extremely nice if maybe you were in a dungeon or something and you lost all your stuff. Help 4, you can do dungeon commands. This is add party member, leave party, accept invite, all that stuff. Speaking of dungeons, we have over here, this is our PvP arena teleport. You can either do right click on that sign or do /warp PvP. Within our PvP arena, it's in a free build zone, but it is protected itself. Creative mode, obviously not allowed, and you go in there and you fight. Returning to the spawn is just warp spawn. Next we have our mob arena. The mob arena is up above the nether. You can right click the sign or type /warp arena. These are the classes. We have a soldier, archer, tank, and pyro class. Pyro is more of a novelty, but feel free to use it. You basically light people on fire with flint and steel. Health signs are located here if you're low on health, or if you have anything in your inventory and you don't feel like returning to your home chest to drop it off, you can just right click the sign and it'll clear your inventory, because inventories must be empty to compete in the mob arena. Again, survival mode only. To physically join, you just do /UA join and then your arena name. In this case, it's arena 1 through 4. And upon joining, you'll start the arena. You right click your class, and that's what you'll be. Here's the level of difficulty for each arena. They get harder as they go up in number. Pretty simple. And then if you don't want to type in warp spawn, you can just teleport to the spawn with this sign. Next we have the King of the Hill arena, which is located in Pandaville. Again, /warp Pandaville. It's all pretty self-explanatory, but just check the list if you don't know. From here we have one more setup for demo purposes, which is the sand dungeon. If you stand on the torch long enough, this you can actually bring in whatever you want to the dungeon. Upon death, you shouldn't lose anything. Dungeon commands are listed in the help section as well, such as how to leave them and such. Obviously you can see here free zone. There's a free zone through ahead. Basically just explore and you'll find one. The main zone is protected. As for actually getting to the main city, you can either follow this path here as I'm showing. It says to the left here is housing. This is the admin housing district. As for the town, it's called the Craft Town. It's right through here. Within here we have the admin shops. This is a special blocks shop. Within it you can find obviously purchasing of blocks. Through here is the armor shop with all the sets of armor as well as the prices. So if you don't know how to price your stuff when you're selling stuff, you can go check the admin houses and that'll give you a general pricing. of what the admins see as a fair value. We have a weapon shop, a mining shop, a fishing shop, and a first aid place. Basically, you can come in here anytime you want. This will probably be the main hub where most people will hang out. That's my store. And pixel art is over there. And then another helpful little tutorial spot over here near the desert, which is a free zone. So here's how you can get to it if you don't want to warp. Is through here, and it's the Redstone Museum. Within the Redstone Museum, we have a detailed account on how to build many logic gates and how redstone performs and works. It's a quick little guide if you need some help, you know. To get there, obviously you can type /warp redstone, and it's just over this bridge, as I just passed over. And through the Redstone Museum, obviously it shows the exhibits, how far redstone flows, some more advanced steps over here with some gates. Anyway, yeah, visit if you want, and enjoy. I'm going to warp into the desert to show you guys some quick building tips. So this is the first free build zone. Let's change it to daytime. All commands that you have access to are initially in the /help. To build, I'm just going to switch over. And basically, what we can do here is we can build ourselves a nice little house. Obviously, you want to type /obx when you're building your own house if you want to keep it. If you want it to be public, something that people can destroy or whatever, then feel free to do that. As you can notice, it says now entering a free build zone. That's how you'll know if you're in a zone that is no longer protected. So /obx should already be turned on, so now it's deactivated. So you just type /obx. Now all blocks that you place are protected automatically. Another thing is so that once you've created your house, if you don't want people getting into it and you just want it to be a private little house, we have a protection for that as well. It's called Locket is the plugin. You can look it up if you need to. But basically you can place the sign here, above the doors, or to the sides, or in front of any door. And what you do on the sign is you just want to type with the sign here, you want to do private, and then you can just leave everything else blank, and then it'll put your name. And then this door is completely private to all other users. Only yourself and moderators can use it. If you want to add more users to it, so you just type more users and then type in their name. So I'm going to add the moderator, Magna331, and now he's allowed to use this door, but it would be protected, so that means right click would open both doors rather than just one as it would normally do. And also a cool little trick from this is that it adds the ability to open not only these doors, but also iron doors on right click. If destroying the doors, you would then have iron doors able to be opened without the use of redstone. This is pretty cool. Same goes for chests in locations. It gives you a little update on what you're supposed to do. So let's put a sign here. You can put it to the side, and you just write private, and then now it attaches itself automatically to the sign, or to the chest. And then if you want to add more users, let's see if everyone works this time. There we go. And now everyone can open this chest. And basically you could unprotect it if you didn't want to put in the signs. It would do the same thing as users everywhere. But that's basically how that works. And that's a quick little walkthrough of CraftLand. Welcome to the community.